Alright, hey everybody, how's it going today? It's Edwin back again with Strictly Comics for this week's new comic book reviews. Now, before I get into it, I want to apologize to you guys because if you want to know why it's been taking me so long to put up these new comic book reviews, go ahead and refer back to my last video. I had water damage, I had a flood, the guys living upstairs in my apartment are just a bunch of alcoholics, bunch of lowlifes, guys that don't even want to pay their rent. They want to smoke a bunch of weed and drink all the time. So what does that usually transfer into? It transfers into a poverty-stricken life, low life, where you can't even pay your rent. And yes, apparently what happened to them was they got locked out of their apartment because they did not want to pay their rent. And what that transpired to me was a wonderful night of almost missing the final minutes and seconds of Game 7 of the NBA Finals. But I was able to catch it. Saw the Heat. I was going for the Heat. Yeah, I was going for the Heat. Not a LeBron lover, but San Antonio already has 4 championship rings, so I was really rooting for the Heat to win it. And they did, and I'm glad for it. I'm not a LeBron hater like a lot of people out there. The guy's a superstar, wanted to see him win, and he did. So, without rambling on any further, this week's new comic book review comes from DC. Now, a lot of people, I read some reviews, some people didn't really like this. Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, is still going through his mourning with Damian. But here's what I've come to figure out, and this is what I strongly believe. As much as Batman has been mourning and going through depression and bad attitude syndrome of losing his son, I think that Damian is going to come back. A couple of reasons behind this. One, they've been going on and on and on about Batman pissed off at the world, blaming himself for losing his only son. And it's been going on for a lot of issues. And we can kind of go back and look at it as if it was going through the same thing when he lost his parents. Kind of going through the same thing with this. But the other reason why I believe that Damian is going to eventually come back is because he was such a... Oh, how can I say this? He was such a badass. And the other Robins weren't really so much. This one kind of, and people were kind of gravitating toward him. People were kind of liking him a little bit. So because he was kind of a badass, this is why he was, this is one of the reasons why I feel like he will be back. So this story was actually pretty good. I love how Bruce Wayne, Batman, whatever. I love how Batman just kind of came into play while Batwoman was kicking some butt. He just kind of came in, helped her out, kicked the criminals' butts, and then just bounced. And the last thing he could say was, "I see you took off your Batman. I see you took off the bat off your chest. So now I guess it's official that you officially quit." Didn't really know what was going on before this issue. I guess she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit being Batman because I see that you don't really care. You're losing it, Bruce. All you want to do is mourn and weep and cry and whine over the loss of Damian. Hello, you just lost your only son." So she was like, I see that you want to keep whining about it, blah, blah, blah. If you want a Robin, then I'll be Robin. I'll be Robin for you. Didn't really get that. First you want to quit being part of the Bat family, now you want to be Robin. I liked the issue. I really liked it. I'm seeing Batman being a badass as well, which he kind of needs to be. You can't really be soft. And as a matter of fact, on one of the panels, he just kind of breaks the criminal's leg. Because he's just like, usually when you go through a loss or you're very angry, you have this kind of F the world type of attitude. But at the same time, Batman is still driven to kicking criminals' butts with a no-nonsense type of policy. And he did that clearly well in this issue. But I keep asking myself, is Robin going to eventually be back? And I have to say, yeah, because the title of the issue is supposed to be Batman and Robin. Last week it was Batman and Red Robin. This week it's Batman and Batgirl. You're going to keep going through this until you run out of people to replace the Robin until you bring him back. Just another thought. That's just what I was thinking. We'll see. I give this issue 4 out of 5 Sharpies because Batman had this no-nonsense type of policy. He was just going to kick butt. And that seems to be what he clearly does. At the same time, he gets into an argument with Batgirl, tells her to get the heck out. You know, he's pissed. You know what, people? Leave him alone. He will get over it. People need time to mourn. Let this guy mourn. He's mourning in his own way. He's kicking criminals' butts, putting the fear of God into them, I guess. Maybe that's what Gotham City needs. Maybe that's what these Gotham City criminals need. Is they need their butts kicked so that they can quit being criminals. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. You guys, keep God first in your life. Enjoy your comics, though. God bless you guys. I'm out.